प्यारे बाबा हम बच्चों से आके, मिल जाओ प्यारे बाबा हम बच्चों से आके।
परम योगी का अर्थ है कर्म और याद, सेवा और याद, बैलेंस, समान समान होना चाहिए। ऐसे नहीं कोई समय याद ज्यादा है और सेवा कम, या सेवा ज्यादा है याद कम। जैसे आत्मा और शरीर जब तक स्टेज पर है तो साथ साथ है ना, अलग हो सकते हैं। ऐसे याद और सेवा साथ साथ में, याद अर्थात भाव, समान, स्व के स्वमान की भी याद। जब बाप की याद रहती है तो सुदय स्वमान की भी याद रहती। अगर स्वमान में नहीं रहते तो याद भी पावरफुल नहीं रहती। स्वमान अर्थात भाव समान, संपूर्ण स्वमान है भाव समान। और ऐसे याद में रहने वाले बच्चे सदा ही दाता होंगे, लेवता नहीं, देवता माना देने वाला। तो आज बाप दादा सभी बच्चों के दातापन की स्टेज चेक कर रहे थे कि कहाँ तक दाता के बच्चे दाता बने। जैसे बाप कभी भी लेने का संकल्प नहीं करता, देने का करता। अगर कहते भी है सब कुछ दे दो पुराना, तो भी पुराने के बदले नया देता है। लेना माना बाप का देना। तो वर्तमान समय बाप दादा को बच्चों की एक टॉपिक बहुत अच्छी लगी। कौन सी टॉपिक बोलो? विदेश की टॉपिक है। कौन सी? पीस। और बोलो कॉल ऑफ टाइम।
बड़ी मन भावनी मुरली प्रेम से प्राणों को सींचे, रसीली तान की ये डोर आपकी ओर ही खींचे, आपकी ओर ही खींचे। रूहानी स्नेह का जादू आपकी मीठी बातों में, रूहानी स्नेह का जादू आपकी मीठी बातों में।
Om Shanti. Perform the dance of harmonizing sanskars. Let the fire of yoga intensify. In the memorial of the goddesses, it is portrayed that the devils were burned with fire. They were not the devils, but devilish powers that were burned. That is a memorial of the present time. Now, let the fire of yoga intensify in such a way that the devilish iron-aged sanskars burn away in that, and only then will the dance of the harmonizing of sanskars take place, and the new world will come. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti. Welcome to Avikti Parivar. Today's day 29. Perform the dance of harmonizing sanskars. Today's topic: let the fire of yoga intensify. Now we will listen to Mohini Didi.
Om Shanti. I think it's almost 20 years or more when we began Call of Time. It was a very 99. It was in Manhattan. Dali Janki came and she said to invite few of the contact souls. And we discussed with them, we want to do a program where we can invite leaders and, different kind of important people. And it should be more as a dialogue. We had never done dialogues. Yeah, we have done retreats, but this is, so from that small group of 8, 10, this word Call of Time. And since then it had been happening. We have in Peace Village 2 Call of Time. One is silence retreat. Another is a dialogue. I think one is happening in June and one is later. So we're continuing with that here. But it's happening worldwide, many countries. I think South Africa, Mauritius, some of other countries are also doing it. When I hear the call of time, time is very unlimited, but also very limited. It could be what I need to do at this time, what I am responding at this moment. Or it could be in general. So when you think about what is your calling for, so you will have to think. Like I would say, definitely to ignite the fire, ignite the flame. That's the call. So that all the obstacles in subtle form or in a physical way comes, they can be burnt. Because a lot of time, energy goes in removing obstacles, but if they can be burned. But the seed of all that is your thought. There are beautiful experiences in Call of Time because everyone has different experience. And in dialogue, one of the principle is that you don't respond to someone. It's like someone saying it and you think and then you say something. But you just listen and you say what is your calling from inside. It's very interesting because it's a habit, no? We're listening to someone, our thoughts are based on what I am listening. But if you want to listen to your inner self, your heart, then you have to listen to yourself. It's different than responding. And that's what they call real dialogue. That means I'm just saying what I feel. So it's a very interesting topic, and Baba is telling us, each one of us, to think about that, right? We are lucky that versions of Baba, teachings of Baba are revised regularly. So it's very easy, like whatever Baba is saying as a vague signal, that is my calling, right? It matches. That we have to see. Is it what Baba is saying, or is it what I am saying? Is it same? I had been definitely feeling that we all need more fire of yoga. So Baba is saying that in the memorial of the goddesses, it is shown that the devils were burnt with fire. They were not the devils, but devilish powers that were burnt. They're very, very subtle, but they are really present. Baba said that is a memorial of the present time. Now let the fire of yoga intensify in such a way that the devilish iron-aged sanskars burn away. And only then will the dance of harmonizing of sanskars will take place, and the new world will come. I think we are waiting for that new world, right? But Baba is also saying it's up to us, right? I noticed this weekend everyone was very happy. And I was saying because all those who are here, Nivasis, because they are happy. As much percentage they are happy, that is spreading, right? Am I right? And then everyone was saying, yes, we are lighter than before. And so how the world is created, we know now that whatever we experience, our state of mind is, that is what we create, right? So we create world like that. Okay, Om Shanti. Mhm.
Hello, Didi. You know, an instrument was sharing with me yesterday. They had been in Peace Village, and what they told me really touched my heart because I know the experience. And they said that even though they had many things to do, that they just wanted to be around you, even if you weren't saying anything. And for them, it was just something that was being experienced in your presence. And of course, I know the experience from Daddy Janki, where it didn't matter whether she was talking too much or not saying anything. We just wanted to be with her. And so it was very lovely. This person, we don't normally speak like this, but that's what they were sharing with me, that they just wanted to be in your presence. And so perhaps that was also contributing to the happiness, not just of the Gurwalas, but something coming from the source. And I was thinking, you know, there's all these questions, And I was hearing last night where Eric was saying, okay, he'll ask you next week. And I was remembering what I said I would ask you this week. And I wonder, is there a question that we haven't asked you yet? Because some of them are very personal, that hasn't been asked yet, that you wish somebody would ask you.
That's a big question.
Yeah. You know, because again, a couple of things. And one is, and this is sort of a light-hearted question, and I know generally you're serious, but if someone said, from now on, you can only answer questions, they could be very simple or they could be extremely deep, on one of the subjects, only on one of the 4 subjects, which one would you choose? I know they're all connected. We know that already. But if you could only do Gyan, Yoga, Dharana, or Seva, which one would you choose?
Lot of people ask questions about yoga. What is yoga? How to be connected? How to be consistent? Lot of questions are about yoga. But there are some, when they just started their journey, they want to be more clear about dharana also. About their food, about their company, about what they should be doing or not. But mostly it is yoga.
Mostly it's yoga. And is that your preference? I'm thinking of, you know, put yourself in those situations where you're with your equals, which now would be the daddies, or were the daddies actually. And when you would all have chit chat, now I'm not talking when you were discussing something you had to do for service, or those situations, but where it was just Jnani chit chat, spiritual chit chat. I would imagine there wasn't that much discussion about yoga because all of you were 100% in terms of yoga. What was there to discuss? But, you know,
at that time, it will be more about what Baba expect from us. How could we reveal Baba? You know, basically revealing Baba is always in the heart of children. Plus, Baba also says, if you do this, Baba will be revealed. If you do this. So Baba also talks a lot about that Baba should be revealed. And now Baba is saying children should also be revealed. So their chit chat was, what is Baba saying? You know, like in Murli, what Baba is saying, different topics. But basically, they always sat and chat about what Baba said this morning in Murli, what Baba wants us.
I would imagine, you know, when I think about it, that there must have been a lot of discussion around Gyan, no? Like, for instance, who is going to be Krishna's mother, and, you know, what does this mean? They must have been very entertaining, and I'm sure you kept them light as well with jokes and one thing and another. Can you remember any situation where you were all sitting, Didi and Daddy Ji? And
yeah, because amongst them, we knew that someone will be Krishna's mother. And so then they will laugh and say to Didi, oh, you will be Krishna's mother because you always love Brahma Baba. You know, so amongst themselves, of course, they had conversation like that.
Yeah.
And then about 8 beats always, you know. When Baba says, I start writing 1, 2, 3, 4, I can't write after 5. So who is at that time? And Baba said then he has to scratch, because Baba says Baba cannot declare now, because until end. And it's true, because what we are noticing now, that stage can change in the end, or maybe some karmic accounts can pull you down, or there is something you can get defeated. So to be a jewel of victory, in a rosary of victory, Baba has to wait until last moment to complete his names for the 8 beats. So you all have still chance, right? If you want to become
if
the
if
one
you
of the
want.
bead of victory. Yeah.
Yeah. But I wonder if there's anything that you now feel that you have an answer to that maybe came up in discussions before. I know you don't have the names of the 8 beads, but maybe you have names of 5 of them. But was there anything that came up in your discussions and that, again, time has brought an answer, but which wasn't available, 20 years or so ago?
I haven't recently thought about it because I am not in numbers. I always believe,
No,
no.
not necessarily numbers. I'm just giving that as an example. Could be any point of gyan, or like, for instance, not a good example, but when Baba always indicated about the 2 Christian brothers who would fight, and then things changed, and it looked like that they were going to be brothers again, and then boom, it all changed again. And so often I've seen the things that Baba has said coming to fruition, coming to fulfillment.
What
So
actually one of the topic which had been lot in my mind is what we call it akarma, neutral.
beautiful.
So it's very interesting thing that came in my mind, that if I am, everyone has certain shortcomings, weaknesses, and if they are being discussed, people discuss, or somebody comes to me and start talking, and I don't want to participate in that. But not only that, but sometimes I feel mercy on those who are very much involved into allowing their thoughts about others, because you do it for yourself, no? Why should
Yeah.
I use thoughts? Let me use it for my income, for my stage. So I was saying that if you are image of light and might, so anyone comes, it's not we are not hearing, because they come for that. But when people come to you, what I have to do? Like today Baba said, be bestower. But give them such light and might that they forget they are light about what they are hurt about or whatever. One is that, but they feel very elevated after that. And the change comes in them and they say, oh, I shouldn't be doing that.
Yeah.
Maybe I should. Because I feel mercy so that their own time and energy and thoughts are being wasted. Just imagine, you are a valuable Baba's jewel. Use thoughts and time. I like today when Baba said, your self-respect is to be equal like Father. Really interesting, right? So self-respect means you respect everyone. Everyone has their part. I remember that our relationship, like Jayanti and myself, we all knew each other's shortcoming, but we cooperated. We kind of give help to each other so that they can overcome it, or they can always have courage to do that. So if we can do that kind of seva within the family, Brahmin family all over, that I'm not noticing anyone's weakness, but rather I am sharing light and might, so that that soul can also experience the value of confluence age, experience the joy of confluence age, presence of Baba. There's so many beautiful things. We can use our time and thoughts instead of little things. Sometimes things happen in drama and that becomes a test for you, which is good, because if there are no tests, you will not know or you will not use your powers. It's only when the test come that I know I'm using tolerance or I don't have enough tolerance. So all these scenes of drama and in interaction, sometimes certain arguments happen or certain things happen. But they all come so that you know yourself, you know your powers. Not like why it happened and you don't like that situation. You say, but now I know that I couldn't tolerate, so my reaction was not really as it should be. So I had been thinking a lot about our relationships with each other, where I am only seeing your specialities, your good qualities, and so they become mine too, right? That's the fragrance kind of thing.
You can stay happier that way. Yeah, I like that too, where he said yesterday about remembrance of your self-respect, remembrance of Baba, remembrance of service, and remembrance of your self-respect. And the other thing that was interesting for me, and it's kind of that you're touching on now, he gave a different definition of taking yesterday. You know, it wasn't about taking service or taking somebody's time or taking praise or any of those things, but it was when I'm objecting to something that's happening. Why is she doing this? Why are they doing that? He put that in the category of taking, which I thought was very interesting, no? And you know, in other words, the whole implication within that was kind of followed by that you should be, as he said many times, beyond even the knowledge of desires. So he was putting that kind of a desire, you know, you shouldn't be doing this, you shouldn't be saying that, as kind of a desire that prevents you from being a bestower. It was very interesting.
But also ability to maintain the atmosphere, which is light and of happiness, of hope, of courage, because everyone is happy and suddenly you make a comment, then the whole atmosphere changes and it creates little bit heaviness. So I think true service these days is really to create an environment, atmosphere where everyone feels courage, everyone feels hope. No one feel like they have been cut off or they have been, blamed. Or so I think we have to be very much into thinking what atmosphere can I create.
Sometimes there's, how to balance this thing. Like, say, for instance, and I saw myself do it today, where something had happened and I felt I needed to say that this happened. But I said, look, you don't need to reply to me. It was like, like one of the things he said yesterday about the double foreigners was their honesty. If they're feeling something, they'll tell you this is like this. And so it was like, it wouldn't have created anything in anybody else. I hope it wasn't blaming anybody, but I lightened myself. Otherwise, it could fester inside, and because so this balance between knowing when to just say something, but with respect, with regard, and when to actually not say anything at all.
Yeah, we have to. I think that if it is a new, you want to say it in the right words.
Yeah.
Very respectfully,
Yeah.
You don't have to suppress yourself, but don't say in a way which is very hard for somebody,
No.
When I notice many things, but I always change it and say it in a way that helps the soul. Even intention is good, but our words doesn't sometimes encourage them.
I think this is one of the nice things about the facility of email, that sometimes you can react to something and you shoot off an email, but then you give yourself a couple of minutes and you think, oh, I could phrase that better, or this feels like disrespectful. So you can easily erase and change it. So it's one of the...
I don't do emails. I don't have that.
No. There was something else. Oh yeah, and it's to do again with what you're talking about. Baba said yesterday about that when you're giving, when you're bestowing, then the other sanskars are merged, right? And so I'm thinking in particular of a situation where someone's finding it difficult to forgive someone else. So by their continuing to give in the way that Baba tells us, will that help change the situation where they're not able to forgive? Can it change situations, or is it just merged temporarily while we're bestowing?
Because forgiveness is very connected with forgetting, right?
Okay.
If it keeps emerging, you remember that even after many, many years, you have forgiven because you are not thinking of saying anything, taking revenge or anything. So in a way you have forgiven. But if you are not able to forget, so there must be somewhere something where you're still holding the sanskar or the words of that soul or whatever that soul did. If you
Right.
want to really be very loving and detached and kind of let go of that, that could happen. So I always look at that. Have I forgiven? I will say yes. But then why thought comes? And if it comes, then what way I am thinking, in the sense of what I want to do with that soul. So again, here when Baba says be a bestower, it helps in the sense of don't think again. Because what do we want from each other, especially if they are our higher and senior, that their intellect should be responding in an elevated way, right? So I have to keep sending a lot of elevated vibrations, a lot of elevated thoughts. So I think, again, it's a question, forgiveness. What you want
this is like a more recent situation. It's to do with someone's family member. And so first, maybe just the shock of something, that sometimes time is needed to sort of maybe understand. So you're not reacting to the person, but you're feeling hurt inside. And so but seeing how when there isn't forgiveness, if you don't forgive, then it's hard to give. It's hard to give if you haven't forgiven, that they're kind of connected.
So if there is love for the soul, you should have, but also seeing that soul role is very important and its support for Yagya. So I think that out of that love, you forgive too.
This was a Lokik situation, Lokik family of someone else.
Yeah.
But the same thing, that there's love for that soul because they're a family member and have been for the person's whole history. Then of course the love is there. I suppose that's it, is to, the love that was there before the incident happened and how to reestablish that again. Yeah, even if the person did something not very nice. And yesterday also Baba was talking about it was interesting, two things. I don't know how we are for time, but a Gyani question in the Sakhar Murlis, again and again and again, Baba will say the inheritance is from Shiv Baba, the inheritance is from Shiv Baba, and it almost hurts my heart when he dismisses Brahma Baba. But yesterday it was very clear. He talked about an inheritance from Father Brahma and an inheritance from Shiv Baba.
So now you are happy about it.
I what? No, I don't have any, because I just put it in terms of legacy. There's the legacy of Brahma Baba, which means his actions and his way of doing everything, that he left a legacy for me. But at first I thought he meant that the inheritance was through Brahma Baba, but no, it was very clear. By recognizing yourself as a Brahma Kumar or Kumari, then there's an inheritance from Brahma Baba and an inheritance from Shiv Baba. And I just wondered what you thought about it.
Yeah, because we are children of Shiv Baba. Soul is child of Baba, so there is inheritance there.
Yeah.
And then it's through Brahma Baba. So one is as a soul and other is in the life, and when soul is in the body. So that means whatever I am receiving now, like, Baba became instrument to start the yajna. Even if it's from Shiv Baba, but it was through Brahma Baba. Many times Baba gave example that Shiv Baba's Bhandari in the sense of, but we don't say Shiv Bhojan, say Brahma Bhojan, right? So even the Bhandari, the money is from Baba's box, but the name is Brahma Bhojan, right? So somewhere I think our inheritance is from both father and grandfather both.
Yeah.
So now we have double inheritance, right?
Maybe we even inherit from each other as well. You create something and it gets passed on to somebody else, and but it was just unusual to hear him say that. And the other thing, I don't know how we are for time, and I didn't get to take up what I meant to take up the last time, which is to do with signals. So we'll put that off again until next Monday. But he mentioned, again, when I think of the bhagats, when I think of the devotees being in front of the images, I assume they're asking for peace and love and everything else. But Baba said yesterday that they're asking for our transformation. I thought that was an interesting take as well, that they want our transformation. Yeah. And I suppose if that happens, then the peace, the love, all the other stuff will automatically be there. Yeah. All right, Didi. Thank you so very much.
Okay, thank you.
See you soon. Okay, Om Shanti.
Om Shanti.
संगम युग का वर्षा यही है, शिव से मिलन मनाना। समय श्वास संकल्प सभी सेवा में लगाना। पवित्रता बरसाए जग में, पवित्रता बरसाए जग में। फरिश्ता झलक तुम्हारी, फरिश्ता झलक तुम्हारी। शिव पिता ने दी है तुमको, शिव पिता ने दी है तुमको श्रीमत कितनी प्यारी, श्रीमत कितनी प्यारी। बच्चों प्यारे बच्चों। बाबा ने कहा ब्रह्मा की रात पूरी हो रही है, दिन आ रहा है। तुम्हारे रात तो पूरी हो रही है ना, दिन आ रहा है। अज्ञान का अंधकार मिट गया, ज्ञान सूर्य प्रगट गया। अज्ञान का अंधकार चला गया, विनाश हो गया, अंधकार विनाश हो गया। तो कितने बड़े अंधकार में थे। एक तो नैन नहीं हो, अंधकार भी हो, क्या बेचारे का हाल होगा। तो ऐसे हमारा हाल था, एक अंधकार, दूसरा नैन नहीं थे। ये नैन क्या दिखते हैं, क्या देखते हैं, तो देखना ही बदल गया। अंदर का नैन खुल गया, यहां से तीसरा तीसरा, ये बंद था। बाबा ने ऐसे ऑपरेशन कर लिया, दृष्टि दे करके ये खुल गया। बाबा से मिलन मनाने आ रहे हो ना, खुशी से, बाबा आपने तो ये खोल दिया, अभी आपसे मिलने के लिए आ रहे हैं। तो बाबा ने डबल काम किया, अंधकार भी चला गया, नैन भी खुल गए। अब क्या करने का है, अंधकार गया तो करना क्या है पता चल गया, ये करना है। और नैन खुले है तो बुद्धि जो है ना, एक है दिल दिमाग, दिल दिमाग शरीर के साथ कनेक्शन है ना, है ना। बड़े समझदार बैठे बहन भाई, दिल कहेंगे दिमाग कहेंगे तो यहाँ, और इंग्लिश में हार्ट हेड हैंड, ऐसे हाथ काम करेंगे ना तो दिल में आएगा, दिमाग में काम करेगा, हाथ तो हाथ पीछे करता है ना। अगर उल्टा हाथ में काम करता है तो दिल में कुछ खोटापन है। हाथ से उल्टा काम करे तो ऐसे पता चलता है, अच्छा काम करते हैं इनसे पता चलता है। पर सूक्ष्म है मन बुद्धि तो अंदर चले जाएंगे। जब मन बुद्धि कहा ना तो अंदर चले गए। बाबा ने हमारे मन को ठीक कर दिया है। बाबा ने आज कहा ना, मन कभी भी उल्टा ना सोचे, मन सोचेगा तो उल्टा, तो अन्य का बातें उल्टी आ जाएंगी। मन को सीधा कर दिया। मन मना भव, मन जो तन में धन में लगा पा रहा था ना, तन मना भव, धन मना भव, सारा धन मन तन में धन में संबंध में इच्छाओं में ममताओं में मन फंसा हुआ था। बाबा ने हमारे मन को ले लिया। जब मन ले लिया ना तो मन को कभी बेचारा भटका हुआ धक्के खाता रहे सारा दिन। जो आज भी बाबा ने वाणी में कहा, जप तप तीर्थ व्रत दान पुण्य करे, पर मन तो भटक रहा है। जप भी करता है, तप भी करता है, तीर्थ भी करता है, व्रत भी रखता है, दान भी करता है, पुण्य भी करता है, पर मन से पूछे तो मन तो बड़ा बुरा भी सोचता है। बाहर से माला फेरता है, अंदर से किसी चोरी करने चाहता है। हाँ, मन तो ऐसा ही था ना सबका। आज भी सबके मन को, अपना मन जितना शुद्ध हुआ है, शांत हुआ है, तो पता चलता है पहले में कौन थे। तो बाबा ने कहा मन मना भव, फिर मध्याजी भव।
Om Shanti Vyakti Parivar. So tomorrow is Tuesday. Our schedule from Amrit Vela 3:30 a.m. to 4:45 a.m. In the evening 5 to 6 p.m. awake the English Murli revision. Together with that, in breakout room 5 to 5:15, Avyakti Children Murli class, 6 o'clock Bhatti will start, followed by Hindi series, English series, and Avyakti Journey. Welcome to Avyakti Journey, Avyak Murlis from 1969, multi-million-fold fortune and blessings.
Om Shanti. This is the Avyak Murli of the 24th of April, 1973. Spiritual birth chart. So ask yourself, what is the first belief, or what is the most elevated belief out of all beliefs? Srimad is your belief. So what is the first belief? Someone said to forget everything, including the body. Renounce it or forget it. To forget it is also to renounce it. Even whilst it is with you, if you have forgotten it, it is as though you have renounced it. To forget it means to renounce it. For instance, you challenge the sannyasis, saying that they have not renounced anything. They say that they have left their home and family. But in fact, they've not renounced them because they haven't forgotten them. In the same way, if, according to the circumstances, you have externally renounced something, that is, moved away from it, but you haven't forgotten it with your mind, would you say that you have renounced it? Here, what does it mean to renounce? To forget with the mind. You have forgotten everything with the mind, have you not? So, have you renounced it? Or will you renounce it now? If, even now, you say that you still need to have renunciation, then instead of being in the list of those who have had renunciation over a long period of time, you come into the list of those who have had renunciation just recently. The time, date, and moment are recorded with Bab Dada and within the drama of all those who have had renunciation with their mind. That is, those who have renounced the bondages of the body and bodily relations in 1 second. Nowadays, astrologers, those who have the knowledge of astrology, create your future horoscope according to the date and time of your birth, on the basis of the knowledge they have and according to their capacity. Their basis is also the date, the time, and the stage. They look at the circumstances in which you were born. Here, you look at the stage at that time. What stage did you have when you took birth? The future reward of each one is based on this stage. So, whilst knowing all these three, the date, the time, and the stage, you can also know for yourself your reward of the confluence age, the future stage of the confluence age, and the reward of your future births. Each aspect is connected with attainment and your practical life. This is the eye to know your own fortune. Through this, each of you can know your number in your final stage. Acha, we will continue tomorrow. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti. Om Shanti.